Welcome everybody to season 2, episode 4 of Hexproof from Ward. Um, yeah, how's everybody doing? It's a special holiday for those who celebrate. Today is Austin 316
Uh,
Day. So yeah,
what?
yeah. So what, brother?
What?
Um,
To
yeah,
celebrate, I decided to be bald.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Fitting occasion. I've just been pounding beers all day.
one after another, one after another. Um, so what do we have on the agenda today for the episode, Josh? What do we got, buddy?
So I was thinking maybe open up, maybe see how some of the card prices are doing, see if the market's been fluctuating on any of our favorite staples. Then maybe, I don't know, diving into some like budget picks, expanding the PDA. Don't worry, it's safe for work. And then maybe diving into Keith's mono blue deck build. How's that sound?
Sounds awesome to me.
Sounds
All
good.
right, let's kick it off.
What changes have you seen in the market, Nathan?
Um, so we're seeing a lot of people kind of jumping in kind of quick, and this happens with every set when it releases. If you get in there and you purchase your like pre-order your singles before something comes out, then you're gonna see a little bit better pricing than you would on um, most time than you would, a week or so after the release, and then you'll start seeing the decline again. So what I like to do is you either figure out what cards you kind of want when Card Kingdom or places like that open that pre-order up, or wait a little bit. So if you go ahead and buy the first week or two after release, you're going to pay more than you would if you just waited. So, and it's mostly a hype train deal. So if you give it a little while and let people play with cards and kind of see what's going on after that, because it's kind of like hexing squelcher. It started off at like over $20, and I think it's down to like 16. And that one took a little bit longer, but I think it's because everyone thought it was going to be a lot bigger than what it actually is. Everybody started playing with it and kind of seeing it's not as crazy as we all thought it was going to be. It is kind of changing the game up a little bit, but there's also ways around it. And then I think we might see that for a couple of the Shredder cards that are in this TMNT set. I think Shredder, both of his main cards are like the highest cards of TMNT. So if you didn't get them before, I would say hold off and wait a little bit, and then let more people open packs. Let them open up that the pizza box, because for some reason that one was coming out later than all the other things that came out. But yeah, so go ahead, Josh.
Since they delivered it late, is it free?
No,
Um, I don't know. I'll have to ask. It's funny. So I talked
I
to one
saw
of the
that.
guys at work. He used to play Magic a long time ago, but he's a big Team NT fan, and so I was like, dude, this is the perfect set for you to get back in. And he ordered like two play boosters, one of the um, team up boxes, I think, and then one of the pizza boxes. And he was like, yeah, I have everything except for the pizza box, and the pizza box came like 2 weeks after everything else. So it's kind of weird to see. I think he ordered it all off Amazon, so I wish I would have got to him sooner before he pre-ordered stuff. But yeah, not to shout out too many people, but Stomping Grounds. If you're trying to buy a Play Booster box and you can't get to your LGS, I would always check out Stomping Grounds TCG before you kind of go the Amazon route. So, and when we go to Vegas, that's a place that we've talked about going to and checking out because they have an actual store in Vegas. So we want to go and see the Stomping Grounds store while we're over there.
Yeah,
So
because every so far the past two conventions and including I think Command Fest, I don't know if they were there.
yes, yep,
They were okay. I've always had a good time finding stuff because they always got the finding what they have in their inventory and stuff like that. Very helpful too. I think probably one of by far the better vendors that I've always came
Yeah.
across.
Their
yeah,
online store always has like the best pricing.
yeah. Josh, have you ever used Stomping Grounds?
I have not yet, so I might have to look into that
Yeah,
and
because I
go
I
from
know
there.
you're a big fan of buying boxes too. So that's and I know you kind of look at eBay and places like that. I definitely I'll send you Stomping Grounds' link so you can check them out. But they always have some of your favorite sets for good prices. Speaking Aether Drift, kind of Thunder Junction, that kind of thing.
Yeah, all
The
the
other
hat sets that everyone else hates.
Yeah, all the sets everyone else hates. The other weird thing that we've got going on is not singles pricing wise, but I don't know if you guys follow Alpha Investments, Rudy, TCG. He's got a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, I've been a Patreon of his for a couple of years now, and it's kind of fun because he keeps an eye on the market and lets you know what's going on. But you can buy boxes for pretty cheap from him, and Eldraine and a couple of other sets have gone out of printing. So then you can't. Once that happens, he stops selling them. So it's kind of nice to have that heads up before everybody else kind of gets it, to kind of let everybody know which sets are going out, and you might want to pick up and grab them before they balloon in price. But yeah, just a little inside baseball kind of thing starting off this episode, I feel like. But it's nice for the people that like to play this game and don't like to pay a whole bunch of money for boxes when they really don't have to. So just another reason to listen to this podcast if you don't. So yeah, Josh.
Yeah. Also just support your local stores as well.
Oh,
And
definitely.
like I know you're talking about getting into like the bargain like dollar boxes at Moonshot and then like Mage Comics also in Indianapolis. They have a nice little dollar uh massive dollar box to go through too. So just like those little
Yeah.
the bulk ones just flesh out your deck. Also, since there have been so many pre-cons, a lot of the uh, land cycles that aren't like particularly valuable but are still helpful for like helping your curve. There's like the temples and the cycle lands and the ones that enter untapped if you control land that land color that produces. Those are all now budget, and you can find those in those boxes sometimes, and it's nice to round out your mana curve with those.
Yeah, Josh is one when he goes to drafting, he picks up the rare lands when he opens packs, and most of the time that works out for him. So, I mean, he's a genius when it comes to doing drafts. These past couple drafts, he's been next to unstoppable. So, if you see Josh show up, you better watch out. I'm just saying. He also stomps us if we show up to the same pre-release, so that's why we get scared. But anyway, what's our next topic?
Speaking of like budgets, I did want to do continue our a little session of PDA. Again, this is perfectly safe for work. It's just going to talk to you about a uh spell that protects, a spell that draws, and a spell that helps you attack. So with that, going to start with the protect first, and I wanted to shout out a card that is pretty versatile called Defend the Rider. This, speaking of sets that everyone didn't like, but I do, from Aether Drift. It is for a single green instant speed. You get to choose one target permanent you control, not just creature, target permanent you control. Gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, or you can create a 1/1 colorless pilot creature token that can crew as though its power was 2 greater. So that's really cool. You can have a blocker come out of nowhere at instant speed for 1 green, or you can protect any permanent that's in danger. And then it's only 80 cents. And there are other cards that do similar things that cost more. So why would you do that? Um, then
Yeah.
next, we're going to go into the draw, which is kind of cheating because this one could also be a little bit attack, but I wanted to shout it out for the draw. This is from OTJ. It is called Trash the Town. It is one of those spree instants. It's also in green. All of my picks today are in green. And so you can, it starts out for green, but for two, you can add two to add two. +1/+1 counters to a creature. You can pay an additional one to have target creature gain trample until end of turn. And also the most important one is you can pay one and until end of turn target creature gains when this creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw 2 cards. So that's 2 cards for 2 CMC potentially in mono green, which is pretty on par for a good draw spell in blue. So that's really nice to see in green. And lastly, for attack, this one's a little bit more niche, but you can do a ton of damage out of nowhere. And that is also from Thunder Junction Gold Rush for 1 and a green until end of target. Sorry, oh my god. Create a treasure token for 1 and a green, which is nice. And then until end of turn, up to 1 target creature you control gets +2/+2 for each treasure you control. So if you have a treasure strategy, like old Gnawbone out there, this gets really disgusting really fast. You're probably going to one-shot someone, and you can do that for 9 cents. So that's the PDA of the day.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Love some good PDA to start the day.
And then speaking of showing some love, how about we show Keith some love and see what sort of nastiness he's been brewing?
Oh, we're ready to brew already?
Well, I want to add some extra to this. I didn't speak of this, but I just want to throw in something real quick. So we got Avenging Druid from Exodus. It's a 2 and a green. It's a 1/3. It states, whenever this creature deals damage to an opponent, so however, you may reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. If you do, put that card onto the battlefield. Put all other cards revealed this way into your graveyard.
Ooh.
I've come across a couple combos to where if it does 1 damage to each opponent, you can figure that out. You get 3 lands out of that, and it's just lands, not basic lands. And this card is sitting at 14 cents.
Holy crap! I've never even heard of that one.
Yep.
Wow, that would be a nice way if you were running like Tron or something, you could get all the Urza lands at once.
I am highly recommending people to buy this up because it's cheap and it can find any lands, and for any graveyard people, that's perfect. You can dump stuff in there.
Oh, definitely.
Let's go.
Especially if you have like a Crucible of Worlds or something. All right, we ready?
Yes. Open up your tomes to page 69. Ready to cast some spells. So
no peeking, Nathan.
Yeah, so the deck is called No Peeking, Nathan. It's mono blue, Eluge, the Shoreless Sea. So to start out, it's a lot of sea monsters and like merfolk and a little control. But Eluge, the Shoreless Sea, is 1 and triple blue, legendary creature, elemental fish, star. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of islands you control.
Ooh.
And whenever it enters or attacks, put a flood counter on target land. It's an island in addition to its other types for as long as it has a flood counter on it. And the first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn cost 1 blue or 1 colorless less to cast for each land you control with a flood counter on
Oh, wow.
it.
So
you could go a little spell slinger-ish, but I'm mainly focusing on like land walk. So putting flood counters on opponents' lands, turning them into islands. So to start out, got some creatures. Tide Shaper for 1 blue, Merfolk Wizard, kicker 1. When Tide Shaper enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, target land becomes an island for as long as Tide Shaper remains on the battlefield, and it gets +1/+1 as long as an opponent controls an island. Next one, Lord of Atlantis, is a creature lord 2/2. All merfolk get +1/+1 and gain island walk. Master of the Pearl Trident is next. Double blue, creature merfolk 2/2. Other merfolk creatures you control get +1/+1 and have island walk. And next there is Chasm Skulker for 2 and a blue. Creature Squid Horror 1/1. Whenever you draw a card, put a 1/1 counter on Chasm Skulker. When Chasm Skulker dies, create X 1/1 blue squid creature tokens with island walk, where X is the number of 1/1 counters on Chasm Skulker. Next, Harbinger of the Seas, 1 double blue merfolk wizard. Non-basic lands are islands.
Ooh.
And next, some more merfolk. It's Merfolk Sovereign for 1 double blue, merfolk 2/2. Other merfolk creatures you control get +1/+1. It has tap. Target merfolk creature can't be blocked this turn. Next, Marrow Regery, 2 and a blue. Other merfolk creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a merfolk spell, you may tap or untap target permanent.
Wow.
Potential combo guy there, if you want to keep that in mind. Next, Streambed Aquatex, 1 double blue merfolk scout 2/3. As tap, target merfolk creature gets +1/+1 and gains island walk until end of turn. And has tap, target lane becomes an island until end of turn. Next, triple blue Tempest Jin 0/4. Flying, this creature gets +1/+0 for each basic island you control. So it'd be a good target to make unblockable or give island walk. Next, Cherix the Raging Isle 2 double blue. Legendary creature Leviathan Crab 0/17. Spells your opponents cast the target Cherix the Raging Isle costs +2 more to cast and has 3 colorless to activate plus X minus X until end of turn, where X is the number of islands you control. Another good unblockable target. And then Enduring Curiosity 2 double blue Cat Glimmer 4/3. And this is just Curiosity effect, lets you draw some cards when you deal damage. And if it dies, it comes back as an enchantment. Next, Seafloor Oracle, 2 double blue, Merfolk Wizard, 2/3. Whenever a Merfolk you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And next, Flood of Mars, 2 double blue, creature, alien, zombie, horror, 3/3. Island Walk, and Water Always Wins. Whenever the Flood of Mars attacks, put a flood counter on another target creature or land. If it's a creature, it becomes a copy of the Flood of Mars. If it's a land, it becomes an island in addition to its other types. And Serpent of the Endless Sea, 4 and a blue, star, creature serpent. Serpent of the Endless Sea's power and toughness are each equal to the number of islands you control. Serpent of the Endless Sea can't attack unless defending player controls an island.
Ooh.
Deep Fathom Skulker, 5 and a blue, creature Eldrazi 4/4. Devoid, so it's not blue. Whenever creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card, and has 3 and an additional colorless. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Ethereal Usher, 5 and a blue. It is creature spirit 2/3, but it has tap blue and target creature is unblockable this turn, but I'm mainly using it to transmute, which is like a tutor effect to get an
same card with the
shark.
same converted mana cost.
Yeah, so you can search for something that costs 6.
Yeah.
Next, Colossal Whale, 5 blue, creature whale, island walk, 5/5. Whenever it attacks, you may exile target creature defending player controls until it leaves the battlefield. So nice removal on that. Needs a big boy. Next, Stormtide Leviathan, 5 and triple blue. Creature Leviathan 8/8 Island Walk. All lands are islands in addition to their other types. Creatures without flying or island walk can attack. And then last for the creatures here, Octavia Living Thesis, 8 double blue legendary creature, elemental octopus, 8/8. Spell costs 8 less to cast if you have 8 or more instant and or sorcery cards in your graveyard. Ward 8 and Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, target creature has base power and toughness 8/8 until end of turn. This is good for the little merfolk in here, or like any tokens that are made if we have any in there. Maybe the Flood of Mars stuff, or those little tentacles that get made from that one guy.
Tokens.
Sorceries. Aquatic's Will. Put a flood counter on target land. That land is an island in addition to its other types, as long as it has a flood counter on it. If you control merfolk, draw a card. And then I've got a few X spell, like draw cards, just to take a little advantage of the commander's ability. Finale of Revelation, X double blue, sorcery, draw X cards. If X is 10 or more, instead, shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw X cards, untap up to 5 lands, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. And then exile that card. Open into Wonder, X double blue, X target creatures can't be blocked this turn. Until end of turn, those creatures gain whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And Arm with Aether, 2 and a blue, sorcery, until end of turn. Creatures you control gain whenever this creature deals damage to an opponent. You may return target creature that player controls to its owner's hand. Next, some more bounce spells. Distorting Wake, X triple blue. Return X target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. And then Flow of Ideas, 5 and a blue. Draw a card for each island you control. And ideally, most of these big spells are cost reduced from the commander.
Right.
And then instance, 3 steps ahead is the Spree card. First one is counter target spell. Second option, create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control. Third option, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. And then a counter spell, Arcane Denial. Counter target spell, its controller may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. You draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Next is Negate, counter target non-creature spell for 2 mana. Pull from Tomorrow, X double blue, draw X cards, then discard a card. Next, Blue Sun Zenith, X triple blue. Target player draws X cards, shuffle Blue Sun Zenith into its owner's library. And then Aetherize, 3 and a blue, return all attacking creatures to their owner's hand. And then Engulf the Shore, 3 and a blue, return to their owner's hands all creatures with toughness less than or equal to the number of islands you control. And some more bounce spells. Aether Spouts, 3 double blue, instant for each attacking creature. Its owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. And last instant is Flow of Knowledge, 4 and a blue. Draw a card for each island you control, then discard 2 cards. Moving on to artifacts. Blitzball Stadium, X and a blue artifact. When this artifact enters support X, which lets you put a 1/1 counter on each of up to X target creatures. And this artifact has Go for the Goal, 3 and tap. Until end of turn, target creature gains whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player. Draw a card for each kind of counter on it, and it can't be blocked this turn. Next one, Mystic Compass, 2 colorless. It has 1 tap it. Target land is a basic land type of your choice until end of turn. And then Silent Submersible, double blue artifact vehicle, 2/3. When Silent Submersible deals combat damage to a player or a planeswalker, draw a card. And Crew 2. Waterbending Scroll, 1 and a blue. Has tap 6, tap it, draw a card. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each island you control. And then Quicksilver Fountain, 3 colorless artifact. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player puts a flood counter on target non-island land he or she controls. That land is an island as long as it has a flood counter on it. At end of turn, if all lands in play are islands, remove all flood counters from them.
Ooh.
And then by Nathasa, 2 double blue. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. 1 and a blue. Creatures your opponents control attack this turn if able. And then the Indomitable, 2 double blue legendary artifact vehicle, 6/6 trample. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Crew 3, and you may cast the Indomitable from your graveyard as long as you control 3 or more tap pirates and or vehicles.
It's my favorite
That
kind of
part
snowman.
probably won't happen. And that's another curiosity effect. Moving
Also
on
the
to
most powerful will possible.
Hiya. Indomitable Will. Enchantments. Seize claim for 1 blue. Enchanted land is an island. Next one, Convincing Mirage, 1 and a blue. Enchant land. As Convincing Mirage enters the battlefield, choose a basic land type. Enchanted land is the chosen type. Next one, Fish Liver Oil, 1 and a blue. Enchant creature.
Oh, no.
Target creature gains Island Walk.
We don't have that one.
Uh,
What is it? Fish liver oil?
Yeah. I just added it like 10 minutes ago. If you already had that opened, you might have to refresh it or something.
There we go.
Usually you get that in an omega-3 capsule.
Yeah.
And then after that, Lingering Mirage, 1 and a blue. Enchanted land is an island, and it has cycling 2, which lets you discard and then draw. And then Phantasmal Terrain, double blue. When it comes into play, choose a basic land type. Enchanted land is a land of the chosen type. Next one, Dissipation Field, 2 double blue. Whenever a permanent deals damage to you, return it to its owner's hand. And then a Reconnaissance Mission, as another curiosity effect, lets you draw cards when your creatures deal combat damage for 2 and double blue. And then for fancy lands, I missed one. Shark Typhoon, 5 and a blue. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, where X is that spell's mana value. And it has cycling, and when you cycle it, you can create an XX blue shark creature token with flying. And hopefully we want to get this out as soon as possible and like capitalize on the big X spells. And then Rogue's Passage makes creatures unblockable.
Well, I got one to automatically add to it because I'm surprised you didn't catch it.
Well, I might have left out on purpose, but wait a second. I'm not done. So, first of all, things I'm looking for: more Merfolk, maybe some more big spells, more bounce, because bounce is like the sort of control theme here. Card draw, and then tutors for key cards like Shark Typhoon.
Okay.
And I may have gone a little heavy on the like island conversion, so we could probably cut a couple of those because we have several ways to make various lands into islands. And yeah, definitely more good Merfolk and unblockable Merfolk, yada yada. All right, Samuel.
So I've got 2 for you. First one is called Aquatex Will.
Oh, I have that.
You had that on there?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, what is it?
It's a
Yeah,
sorcery.
Right,
oh, okay. Yep. I wasn't
paying attention.
Yeah,
we get it.
I was looking at a different art. The other one is called Archmage Ascension for tutoring purposes.
Ooh, is that the triple blue card?
No, it's a 2 and a blue enchantment. At the beginning of each end step, if you drew 2 or more cards this turn, you may put a quest counter on this enchantment. Then, as long as this enchantment has 6 or more quest counters on it, if you would draw a card, you may instead search your library for a card and put that into your hand.
Oh, crazy.
Josh,
and
you're fingering?
One stipulation before that. So cards below $5, hard line, and then preferably under like $2 or maybe even $1.
Oh, well, good, because that's a $4.
Yeah. Okay, Josh.
Okay, I can definitely stay under that budget with some of my recommendations. So going back up, I feel like you need more Leviathan. So how about we summon Leviathan?
Summon Leviathan.
Yeah, this is from
What?
Final Fantasy.
Let's put Ellie. Yeah. Well, that just makes sense.
Yeah, and then
makes 80
it
cents.
is one of those cool saga creatures from Final Fantasy. It's a 6/6 Saga Leviathan with Ward 2. And then its first mode is return each creature that isn't a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent to its owner's hand. So it's like essentially a one-sided board wipe for our deck. The next mode is until end of turn. Whenever a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent attacks, you draw a card. You don't even have to do the damage. You just have to attack.
Turn sideways. Oh, one more thing. There's like virtually no ramp other than like card draw in here. So ramp is good, although it's hard and blue.
Mm-hmm.
So anything where we can get stuff early would be great.
I have a Merfolk for you.
Yes.
Talrand.
Mr. Rand.
Mr. Hanky. Oh, where did he go?
Oh, you had him.
Did I
In the
miss
middle,
it?
second to
Yeah,
right.
Oh,
to the
geez,
right.
here we go. Okay. So Talran, Sky Summoner, 2 and 2 blue, legendary creature, Merfolk Wizard, one of the funnest little fellas. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2/2 blue Drake creature token with flying. It flies,
Yes.
Josh.
Oh, I have another merfolk who makes tokens, and that is Master of Waves.
Yeah, I figured Josh would know all this spicy merfolk.
Yeah. How this guy is only 37 cents is beyond me. Uh, yeah. Master of Waves
There he is.
is, yeah, he's for 3 and a blue, you get yourself a Merfolk Wizard with protection from red, and elementals you control get +1/+1. Our commander is an elemental, so he's going to buff our commander. But most importantly, when he enters, you get a 1/0 blue elemental uh, for equal to your devotion to blue. So you're going to, everything on here has multiple blue pips, it's looking like. So you're just going to crap an
Oh yeah.
army of elementals out of nowhere.
I'm going to check our instance real quick. Hold on. I have an instant if we don't already
I
have
have
it.
a question.
Archmage's Charm.
Yes, Emil.
Do you care if the creature is not a merfolk or leviathan or octopi,
Uh,
depending on
if
what it
it's a
does?
big creature, not
Oh.
really. It's there's just like a sea creature theme.
So
Well, the reason.
No, I
Go
have
ahead.
a Jin in there. It doesn't really matter.
Archmage's Charm costs 3 blue. It's an instant, or you can choose one. You can counter target spell, target player draws 2 cards, or gain
That's a
control of
good one.
target non-land permanent with mana value 1 or less. So go ahead, Sam.
Damn.
Sorry, buddy.
That's all good. This is just for possibility. It's Archmage Emeritus.
We've already got that.
That's
Do
just
we?
me not paying attention.
I think so.
No.
He's
think
a
so.
human wizard that whenever it's got Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, you draw a card.
That's my bad. That was
No,
I
that's
was
a good
looking at that one to put on here, so that's why I thought we already had it.
one.
Okay, I have
What's up, Josh?
I have a non-merfolk creature, but it's gonna really kind of fill out 2 things that we need here.
Mm-hmm.
And its name is
Perfect.
Fugitive Droid. And so this thing is
One of the weirdest looking arts ever.
it's from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets. For a single blue, you get yourself a robot scientist, and then it can't be it can't be blocked if a artifact enters under your control this turn. Also, you can pay a blue and sacrifice it to counter a spell that targets an artifact or creature you control. So it's like a counter spell, and then also it's a decently evasive little guy who's gonna be getting through and triggering all those Bident of Thassa like effects.
Yeah, and if we had an octopus out, he can be an 8/8.
Would you want Keith? Would you want a ghostly flicker in here? Because there's a couple cards where, like, when they enter, you get to do stuff. So ghostly flicker would let you do it with 2 creatures.
Who makes stuff? Go to look at creatures real quick.
I'll put it in here, and then we can. So 2 and a blue,
Yeah.
exile 2 target artifact, creatures, and/or lands you control. Then return those cards on the battlefield under your control. Let's see. I can't remember. So when Tide Shaper enters, if it was kicked, target land becomes an island.
You can't kick it off of the blink, unfortunately, but
I know
I get,
there's. I'm just.
yeah.
I'm
Trying
trying to see the
who
ones
has
that
some
say when they
ETB.
enter. So
Is
hold on
Master
one
Waves
second.
ETB?
Yeah, Master is. I think it's right now. It's just the Summon Leviathan and Master of Waves.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But
Scroll.
I mean, it's maybe the 1-drop version of it that just to spot save something, or
Yeah, a couple cheap bounces would be
bounce
good
off
just
from
for
Aether
saving.
Drift.
And after that, you can scroll down 2 enchantments. We can take out 2 island Ify cards. Flood counter thingies. Enchantments. There's a couple. They're all like 2 mana.
Are you sure you want to keep Quicksilver Fountain? I know. I mean, it does what it wants it to do. It forces changes, but I think when you have to remove all the flood counters, that would might screw you over.
Yeah, I figured that would just take well, it's every upkeep, but I don't think it's too detrimental if
Oh, that's fine. I was just
stuff gets wiped off.
I say we get rid of Lingering Mirage just because Convincing Mirage is a better version for
No,
the same
keep that one
amount.
because it's cycling.
Okay, then
It,
you guys figure out what enchantments to get rid of because I'm just trying to.
just that one, Phantasmal Terrain. You can take that one. And one gains Island Walk because I need that. Maybe you can take Convincing Mirage, I guess. I do like the art on that though. Boom, couple more slots.
You ever thought about doing Secret of Bloodbending? Because you could easily cast that spell for super cheap.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that does.
It's 4 blue pips as additional cost of 10 for Waterbend.
Oh,
Uh,
that's an extra turn card.
well, no, you control target player's combat, but if you pay the 10, you do control their whole turn. Figured
Sure.
you don't have to do it, but if you could make that your first spell, with your guy, you could make that
That's
even
an
cheaper.
additional cost. Would that work?
A Waterbend 10. Casting it. So
True.
whatever makes it cheaper.
Additional cost. All right.
Oh, I have a good one. At instant speed, can kind of be used offensively or defensively, and that is March of Swirling Mists, and that's going to be an instant.
Oh, I like the art on this card.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
little
so
guys.
it's an X spell, so X and blue. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you can exile any number of blue cards from your hand, and it costs 2 less to cast for each exile this way. But then up to X target creatures phase out. So you can either remove things attacking you, or you can protect your board, and so it's really versatile. And with your commander doing what it's doing, it can keep you on track.
Cool.
Got a rules question here.
Sure.
With that water bending, I might have this wrong, but water bending specifically states that it allows you to reduce the cost by tapping artifacts or creatures. But if that commander states that either a blue pip or colorless is reduced, it still works, right?
Yeah, go up to the commander real quick. Eluge.
Eluge.
As in the bottom, right there in the middle of the bottom part where it says reduces either blue pip or generic. Now the cost is still waterbend 10, so it's like one less, potentially X less creatures you'd have to tap because the cost is
Yeah,
being reduced.
yeah, you can still pay.
It looks
You
like
can,
it would.
yeah, you can pay waterbend with normal mana too. It doesn't have to be from tapped artifacts or creatures. So yeah, that would work.
Okay.
And then I
Heck
did.
yeah.
I had something violent I wanted to add. Can we add violence?
Yeah, of course.
Hand of Vecna.
Hand of Vecna.
Ooh.
The Eye of Vecna.
Yeah, no, we don't need the eye. It will be drawing plenty. The hand is
It was
enough.
a Vecna.
We need to backhand him with the Hand of Vecna. At the beginning of combat on your turn, equip creature
Ooh, nice.
gets plus X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Yeah, that's with how much we're drawing with this deck. It's going to be hitting like a truck, and with the evasion, they're just going to be dead before they know it with something like this. Also, an artifact I thought we might add is the Waterbender's Flask.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh wait.
That's great.
or yeah,
I got the other waterbending
maybe
ones.
It's
The
just
skin.
scroll.
It's something skin.
Water Skin, or it's
Oh, there we go.
yeah, Water Skin.
Water
Skin
Bender's
flask.
Bender's Water
skin.
Skin. Yep. Yeah, it's not Flask. Sorry,
Oh.
more water in there, less alcohol. But yeah, so it's It's a mana rock for 3 that can tap for any color, but the cool thing is it untaps on each other player's untap step. So that gives you some mana open on
Josh,
everyone's.
would you think that we need one of your PDA cards from last week in this deck? It's one of your
Uh,
favorite cards, by the way.
oh, you mean the old Giant's Amulet
Yeah.
for protection?
Let's go. Do still need a ramp, I think.
Oh, then if you need, yeah, Giant's Amulet, for a single blue that equips for 2, it gives equip creature +0/+1 and hexproof as long as it's untapped. And then also you can, as it enters, you can pay 3 in a blue and you make a 4/4 giant. You probably won't be doing that. You'll probably just be having the nice cheap hexproof effect.
I don't
Um,
I don't have a
uh,
ramp card, but I have a cost reducer card that might help.
Oh, that's probably good.
Wizards of Thay.
Wizards of Day.
Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of Thay, 3 and a blue, has Myriad. So whenever this creature attacks for each other opponent other than the defending player, you may create a token that's tapped and attacking that, blah, blah, blah. Instant and sorcery spells cost 1 less to cast. You may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. So, yeah, Josh.
Let's go.
I got a little more rant for us. How about Decanter of Endless Water?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sounds thirsty.
Sounds like it's from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so
Old.
this is another mana rock for
Oh, it's a
3.
fish.
Yeah, but you can tap to add 1 of any color, but also you have no maximum hand size, and with how much this deck's going to be drawing, that will be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. We're at 99.
I was debating, you see the sub over there? Silent Submersible?
Yeah.
I think that's probably a cut.
All right.
It
Would you be
loots-
willing to throw in a magic mirror?
Ooh, that copies something?
Don't tell
That
him
lets you
anything.
draw X amount of cards every turn.
Let's
Like
see.
for every
The
knowledge
magic
counter on it,
mirror.
or something that's on it. Yeah,
Ooh.
knowledge.
That also gives you no maximum
That's
hand
pretty
size, so
good.
you have double no maximum hand size, by
Yeah.
the way.
That'd work too.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
So I know you said bounce is your main way of control. I have one
Mhm.
more card that can be really good for bounce,
Bounce on it.
and that is
Crazy style.
Renet, Renet, Temporal Apprentice. Again, another Turtles card. Yeah, 3 and 2 blue. Third row.
Yeah, I don't see
third
you.
from the
There it
right
is.
here. Yeah. Okay, so 3 and 2 blue, you get yourself a human wizard with flash, and when Renette enters, return each other non-land permanent that entered this turn to its owner's hand. So it's a great way to
Undo someone's
turn.
I
Love it.
think so. We're at 100 cards. I think we're at the perfect stopping point because look at our total price for this deck.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
$69.17. Victoria is shaking her head at me. She didn't think it was funny.
Aw.
Oh,
Time to close our tomes and pack it up.
okay. Looks like we are bracket 1,000,000. I'm just kidding. Bracket 4.
Extra turns.
What?
Oh,
What?
oh,
Harbinger
One
of
mass
the
land
Seas.
card denial. Harbinger of the Seas.
do we want to?
That's
Do we want to
crazy.
swap those out and get this back to bracket 2?
I do have a card that can replace that.
Okay, hold on.
Which one's
Where's
Harbinger
Harbinger
of
of the Seas?
Top row on the right.
Second from the right. There you go.
So we need a card that's
that's good, though.
$1.87. Non-basic lands or islands.
Yeah, any other-
Do you want
Well-
to remove it, Keith, or no?
I'm gonna see if I can find a dupe for turning lands into islands.
It'll be the same problem though. If you do that,
Oh, farts.
yeah, it's the
Well,
same
I guess
issue
we have
'cause it's
enough of
mass
that.
land denial.
Yeah, if we could get another good like Merfolk or another good something.
Okay.
in
How
there.
If we want to,
Body of Knowledge is a good one.
oh yeah, that's gonna be
Uh,
doing what we want too. I like that. Good pick, Sam.
all right. That's probably good. Oh
Whenever it's
yeah,
scale
big
damage, you
time.
draw that many cards, and then
Big
its
time.
power is, toughness each equal to the number of cards and no maximum
Yeah.
hand size.
Good unblockable target. Cool.
Nice. Okay, I like that a lot. And then what else was the thing that
There
was
is a
push?
there you go.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, we're back.
Okay, then there's
Nice.
something else that was kind of messing with our brackets. Can we pull that up again?
There was nothing else messing with
Oh,
Extra
our
that
bracket.
was
turns.
that was the only
There was
one.
I
nothing
think
else
it says
we're at bracket
unknown
2 now.
amount of two card combos.
Yeah, well, it's
Unknown.
not calculated.
That's for
Yeah.
every deck. It says
Yeah,
that for every
yep.
single deck you
Yeah,
make.
yeah.
So
It
we're at
looked
Okay,
like
bracket
cool.
2. We're good.
it was
Wonderful.
drawing attention to it though.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Bracket two.
A powerful $69, bracket 4 deck. I mean, that's
Do you want to keep it no peeking Nathan, or would you like to change the
No.
name of this deck?
Definitely change it. Something illuge. It could be like elude. Oh no, not literally. To stop dictating.
dictated but not
El-
read, Nathan. Or no,
Eluding
Are you ready to
the
elude?
sea. I don't know. Anyone? Josh. Josh
Give
is
me-
firing up his
okay,
neurons.
what's the
You're
so it's
sure
the-
gonna elude yourself when playing against this deck.
That is a mouthful of a title.
or like how about your opponents won't see SEA it coming.
Another big mouthful.
Or we make sure nothing to see here with SEA.
Remix.
There we go.
All right. Good enough.
Okay. And what are our themes here, folks?
Oof. Not a lot.
Yeah, I think it's just
Aikido? I'm just kidding. I don't
Not
know what that
quite.
is.
That's like where you redirect.
You've got art. I
power
mean,
and
you've got
stuff.
artifacts, but it's not around the artifact.
No, it's not.
Nah.
Yeah.
If there's
Budget?
anything for
Casual.
drawing,
Budget. It's less than $100.
But
hmm
Oh, did he even click it?
there is nothing for draw. Wow.
Huevos.
See,
You make flying
see?
tokens.
Yeah.
Nah.
No, that's
it's
only
a
one
couple
card, though.
things. See, I told you it's gonna be
It
basic.
can be kindred. I mean, you do have
Lands
cards in
matter,
there
kind
that-
of, in a sense.
Yeah,
Islands matter.
tongue-in-cheek lands matter.
Mono blue.
Yeah.
Prison, because you'll feel like you're in prison when you're playing against it.
Well, if he gets that Quicksilver Fountain out too, they just they're
it is
only
tempo.
islands.
I would say it is tempo.
It is tempo.
Yeah.
It could be Spellslinger too, but we'll leave that alone.
I think it's kind of like a
Webcam
mid-range
friendly.
tempo deck,
Yeah.
essentially.
We need mid range.
Yeah.
That's in here too. Yep. There we go.
If I had to describe it in 2 words, it'd be mid-range tempo.
Okay. And what would your description be?
What is a description supposed to be? Is it supposed to be literal? Like
No, but you can just make it
island
something funny.
walkers? I
Nothing
don't
to
know.
see
I'm
here.
not the guy for that.
Just having fun
Oh.
with mermaids.
Your supplement of omega-3s.
That works.
Or when you want to send your opponents to the briny deep.
That's not bad. Briny deep. Last time I checked the curve, it looked kind of wonky. So let's scroll down a wee bit, get some hands in.
Show me your hands.
Drops off after 4, but it's all right. Ooh.
Oh, we're
Bad.
okay.
Whoa, my goodness.
We're gonna be
flooding.
all right.
We're flooding.
We're gonna be all right here, folks.
All
All right.
right. It's good to go. Well, if the deck runs like it should, then it could be scary with some big unblockables.
Yeah. How do you feel with how that turned out?
Well, I'm pleasantly surprised with the price too. So this deck is totally achievable. That's how I see blue. It's just like old sea creatures and bounce and sort of unblockables. That's my picturesque deck.
Nice.
It's a little
And then,
old timey, but yeah.
So then,
Um,
who's going to make the white whale that it hunts next week?
I think we're back to me. So
Okay. Yeah.
I'm excited for that. So I gotta start working on that. See how I want to do it. Also, before we get going, I want to show everybody. So we've
gotta
got
search
stickers.
for
We've already kind of
Moby
showed off our
Dick
stickers, but we
references.
also have. Let's see if you can see these.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Hexproof from Ward pins.
Oh,
So
call me Captain Ahab because I'm obsessed.
yeah, they're gonna be so if anybody wants one of those, let us
I
know.
need that whale.
We're gonna start working on setting up a little shop because we've got those, and we also have these bubble mailers with Hexproof from Ward all over them. So, yeah, if you get stuff from us, you order stuff, it's gonna be covered with Hexproof from Ward stuff. So,
Don't
yeah,
forget it.
we look forward to figuring that out and getting some orders from people. So, if you're interested, reach out, let us know. With that, is there anything else? Or
I kind of
What's
want to add something real quick. So, have you guys heard of like pre-modern?
Yeah.
Isn't that where like I was gonna look this up, but it's like cards before like 2000 or something, so it's like a limited block. I only thought of this afterwards, but since I had like an old timey blue deck, maybe in the future we have like a pre-modern commander deck that's like in whatever time block in like 2005 and earlier or something crazy like that.
Oh, and we can
Just food for thought.
yeah, it's like, and then we can wear our Gene Code jeans and whatnot to
Those,
Parachute pants.
like
Puka
those metal
necklaces.
like beaded necklaces.
Yeah, the puka
those
necklaces. Yeah.
Puka Nakua necklaces?
While we're walking around drinking our Orbeez little drinks.
Or some Sobeys RIP.
Balls.
I was chugging those bad boys.
All right.
All right,
Well,
that's
with
all I
that,
had.
is this episode resolved?
I think
yeah,
it
I believe
resolves.
it does.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
See you, everybody.
Later.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Hexproof from Ward. If you liked what you heard, you can continue to listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube. You can give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. We'll see you next week.